the Mr. Crunchy. This is basically a baked ham and cheese sandwich with a very easy white sauce. If you put a fried egg on top, it's considered a lady's hat, and then it is a Mrs. Crunchy. Okay, so we are going to make a basic white sauce. We're going to start with butter and flour, make our roux, we'll add milk, and then a few spices, some salt, some pepper, and some nutmeg. Once our white sauce is done, we're going to turn it into a cheese sauce by adding some Gruyere. You could use Swiss, you could really use any cheese that you want in this. So let's take a little over a tablespoon of butter, a nice fat heaping tablespoon of flour, and we are going to heat this up and brown it slightly until it starts to smell a little nutty. Incorporate it in there well, and you're just going to kind of simmer this for a couple of minutes. Stirring it occasionally. You want it to be lumpy like this. This will thicken pretty much any sort of a liquid base that you have. You could add this to pan drippings to make an awesome gravy. You could use it to make any sort of a chowder or a stew. You're basically just going to add a liquid base to it. In this case, we're using milk. We're going to use about 1.5 cups of milk. I warmed it up in the microwave for about a minute, and turn up your heat a little bit. Basically, the way this works is as soon as it boils, it will then enact the thickening process. So get it to a boil. We're going to add a little bit of salt, add a little bit of pepper, add some nutmeg, and stir it up. Once this is boiling, we can turn it down and it will be nice and thick. Now, I showed you a block of Gruyere cheese earlier. In this case, I cheated, and I also had a container of pre-grated Gruyere ready to go just to speed up the process. That is now looking pretty thick. Might get a little thicker. Yep, see? Cutting some corners. My local Hannaford. So we'll stir that in. Our bechamel was pretty much ready, our white sauce, and this cheese will now make it a cheese sauce. There's also an excellent way to make your sauce for a mac and cheese. Just use whatever cheese you want. I'll usually throw in a little paprika in that case just for some color. So now this is all nice and thick and melted, and that is our cheese sauce for our Mr. Crunchy. Nice. Alright, so let's build our sandwich. We're going to need some sourdough bread. We are going to need some sliced ham, the sweeter the better, some Swiss cheese, and we are going to need our cheesy white sauce. We are also going to need some spicy Dijon mustard. This will give it a nice little kick and blend with the cheeses and the ham. So let's get a baking sheet. I'm going to throw down some parchment paper. In this case, I'm building 2 of these sandwiches because I got a buddy who was psyched to have one of these. So here we go. We're going to build 2. Lay down the bread. Lay down a nice, generous coating of the spicy brown mustard. Pretty thick on 2 slices. Let's load up some ham slices. Throw some slabs of Swiss cheese in there. And now let's bury this sucker in our cheesy white sauce. The more the merrier in this case. You kind of want it oozing out the sides as it bakes. So we will close these up, position them, and we are going to once again drench these in that cheese sauce. That looks good. So in this case, I usually will sprinkle some of the Gruyere on top, but I used it all in the sauce. So I'm going to break up some pieces of Swiss cheese and arrange those on top of here. so that when it bakes, it'll be a nice blend of the sauce and some straight up thicker cheeses. I'm going to put this in the oven at 350 for about a half an hour. Kind of keep an eye on it. I mean, you can smell it as it's getting close to done, and you can check on them. You basically want it all nice and browned like this. A little crispy on the sides. These are beautiful. Now, when we top this with a fried egg, our Mr. Crunchy becomes a Miss Crunchy. You can have them either way. I figure once they're already made, I'm going to throw an egg on there as well. These are delicious. The pool kids at the THC campus absolutely loved them. I love them at home. Garnished with a nice healthy salad, this is a beautiful little meal any time of day or night, and pretty easy to make. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. If you like what you see, click like, maybe share it around with your friends. And as always, if I don't see you in the future, I'll see you in the pasture.